sin. Tonight's topic is called "Y'all done lost y'all mind. Thought y'all was gonna get away, huh?" And this is a follow-up on the class that I did the previous time on why we must continue to reason and plead with Israel for them to come back into repentance, to come back into the fold, come back into the congregation, come up out of the house, come out the congregation of the dead. So as usual, let's go ahead and start off with Colossians 3:17.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17. Whatsoever ye do in the word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Yahbataza, giving thanks to Yahweh by the Father by him.
Okay, just for those on the call the first time, when you hear us use the name Yahweh, we are still referring to the one that you call Jesus Christ that you've been taught over here in America. And when you see God here, when you see us the word God and we say Yahweh, which is the name of the Father of Israel, our Creator, our God, or we say the Most High, that's what we're saying in that place, or if we say Father or something like that. So, like I said, the name of the topic tonight is "Y'all done lost y'all man, thought you was gonna get away." So this is just the mindset of our people and the mindset of destruction that they have for us, from us being in this captivity for the last 400 to 500 years over in America. This is not our home. We're homeborn slaves in this land, and as we see through the curses and the things that we see every day on the news, whether you're reading the newspaper or in your everyday communities, if you live in a black neighborhood, ghetto, as you see, it's filled with poverty. So one of the things that we must do is address the mindset of our people and get an understanding of their mindset and what we must do to behoove them to come into the fold. So let's jump over to John 8:32 because we're finna get into some truth for a minute. John 8:32.
This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
So again, we're going to deal with this topic all the time. It's always about the truth. That's the reason why the Most High has woken us up. That is the reason why Hamashiach Yahushua, who the world calls Jesus Christ, came for us, died, and was resurrected, and died and made a new for the covenant that is only for the house of Israel. So let's jump over to Psalms 119, 142.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
What's the truth?
Thy law is the truth.
So right now what we're doing is we're trying to get our people to come back into righteousness, to come back into the truth, to break these yokes of iron off their mind. And we have to understand the reason why the Most High is waking us up, to go deal with our people who have lost their mind. And they're thinking they're going to get away with this madness. So let's jump over to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17. And this is the reason why we were called, especially the men. According to the book of Acts, you men of Israel, hear these words. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man.
Son of who?
Son of man.
Okay.
I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
So all the men on this call, you are all aware that we were called to be a watchman of Israel. We sit back and we see the madness that's going on out in the world. We see it going on in our community. We see it in the different households, the separation, the division, the separation from the man from the woman, the man from the children, and sometimes the man and the woman from the children who are caught up in captivity in the system of DCFS. Go ahead.
Therefore, hear the words at my mouth. And give them a warning from me.
Give them what?
A warning from me.
Read that again. The last part.
Therefore, hear the words at my mouth. And give them a warning from me.
So everybody who's on this call in this body, we all take heed to this warning. Everybody who's calling in for the first time, Please pay attention so that you get this warning. Read.
Verse 18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die.
And that's why we got to warn our people, because if we love them, we have to warn them, whether it's our family members, our friends, even some of our co-workers, or even a person we can't stand the most. We got to warn them, else they're going to die. Read.
And thou givest him not warning, nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way.
Read that again.
And thou givest him not warning.
Okay, y'all better pay attention, because we have to give them warning. No matter how scary it is for some people, all these scary lights out here, these cowardly lions and all of them who's scared to hit the trenches. Read.
Nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way.
To warn the wicked from his wicked way. How so are people going to know that they're wicked? They don't know the laws of the Most High. They don't remember who they are. This captivity has robbed our people of their inheritance, and they don't recall any of these things. Read.
To save
Shalom, shalom. Welcome to the call. Who's calling? Who?
Alfonso.
Oh, welcome to the call, Brother Alfonso. We're in the book of Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 18. Ezekiel 3 and 18, brother.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Read from the top again.
Verse 18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die.
We don't tell them, you shall surely die. They will. Read.
And thou givest him not warning, nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life.
To save whose life?
To save his life.
Got to be your brother's keeper. Read.
The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity.
That same wicked man, that same brother out there that you see destroyed, or that sister out there, if we don't warn them and tell them this truth and to call them into repentance, whether they hear or forbear, read.
But his blood I will require at thine hand.
Meaning that if we don't do this work which Christ commanded us, see, when he sent them out in twos to the hedges and the highways and the byways, if we don't go out here and warn the people, their blood will be on our hand, and the Most High is going to require a punishment, a judgment from us. Read.
Verse 19.
Uh-huh.
Yet if thou warn the wicked.
Now, if we continue to do this work, and if you haven't done this work, you might as well get ready to get busy, because it's work season. Read.
And he turn not from his wickedness.
If that man don't want to turn from his ways, go ahead.
Nor his wicked way, he shall surely die in his iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy soul.
Right. We've saved ourselves. We've gotten that blood up off our hands. Read.
Verse 20. Again, when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness.
See, that's the thing. See, remember I used that term last week, man. Well, actually, I don't know if y'all seen it when I went on Facebook Live and I was talking about spiritual Israelite. And I made, my disclaimer is, I don't use it the way that the church do. We're talking about those of us who were spiritual Israelites, meaning that we're in the Gentile state of mind, but through all our wickedness, we got punished and we got judged, and the Most High didn't blow out our candle nor take us out, and he awakened us. So this is what we have to think about when we're out here, when we're looking at that person we can't stand, got that issue with your father, your mother, your grandmother, your ex-husband, your ex-wife, your girlfriend, your baby daddy, your baby mama, all of that nonsense. Read that again, verse 20.
Verse 20. Again, when a righteous man doeth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity.
Commit sin, go ahead.
And I lay a stumbling block before him.
Remember in the scriptures it said, do not be a stumbling block to your brother. So that means, like, if you know your brother's got a drug problem, don't bring it. I'll say this: if your brother got a cigarette smoking problem, he shouldn't be going around people who smoke. Neither should you be smoking around him. If he has a drinking problem, you shouldn't be pushing him to drink, because you know that's a stumbling block for him. So don't help him sin. Read.
He shall die.
Go ahead.
Because thou hast not given him warning.
So if you're being a stumbling block to your brother or sister, how can you give them warning? How can they get any understanding if you don't warn them? Read.
He shall die in his sin. And his righteousness, which he hath done, shall not be remembered.
So that means that when a man turns righteous and he returns back to his vomit, walks away from the truth, the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, what did the Most High say? His righteousness.
His righteousness, which he had done, shall not be remembered. But his blood I will, Salah. But his blood I require at thine hand.
Read.
Verse 21. Nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous